Good day. Today is June 15th, 2023, and today was somewhere in the high 70s here in Zone 6AB in Connecticut. I was out here enjoying my flowers, and I'm like, wait a minute, why? Why is the camera not on? Why is no one else enjoying this with me? I was just checking on what's blooming right now, and it's a lot. It's an absolute lot. This is the Mystic Penstemon. This is Delphinium. I started from seed. I say that every video. And yeah, there's something going on with my hydrangeas this year. I'm having a lot of this spotting on the leaves on all the different varieties. And one of the reasons why I came out here was this rose bush. Every time you walk by, it smells so amazing. It was one big pom-pom, and I had to kind of gather it up because it was shading out the other plants because it had so many blooms on it. Like, you couldn't see any of this down here. I had to gather it up and tie it back. And this poor plant was suffocating. Forgive my shadow. This poor plant was suffocating. I was looking at my little fountain, and this was the moment I was like, I need to do a video because everything looks so nice. I was enjoying the view of the salvia and this variegated plant, which is going to be blooming soon. The blooms are very insignificant. They're cute and yellow though. And there's a different variety of salvia in there, but this green and white variegated plant has completely smothered it, all these plants. So if it survives, I'm gonna have to dig it up. One, maybe two branches made it out. And it blooms purple as well, just like those. This daylily, which blooms burgundy, is nicely budded up. And while I was standing here, I realized that my coreopsis, my tick seed, is in bloom. And I was also thinking about the fact that that doesn't look like the Rudbeckia. I don't think that it is. I think it might be the Black-Eyed Susan. Same family, however. The Black-Eyed Susan on the side of the house is not nearly that tall, but the coneflower is. But I dug up what I thought was a Black-Eyed Susan, so we shall see. My irises are done blooming. This penstemon is showing off something serious. This rose is in wonderful bloom as well. And they talk about 3 years your plants leap. This clematis, I wish I had it on a taller trellis. When I tell you this thing is bent over and covering other plants and smothering them because it's gotten so tall, I really should have put a taller trellis. Lady's mantle is blooming. And it looks like most of my Royal Candle Speedwell took. I do have two that look like they're struggling, but for the most part, everything looks good. But this right now is my favorite view of the garden. With my frog. keep messing with the camera. Over here, the petunias, apparently the white one blooms faster than the purple one, and it also spreads a lot faster. I have aphids, a lot of aphids. And my dahlia has spread and is getting huge, and these are the ones on the back, the purple ones. They get a lot bigger and taller before they begin to bloom. The blooms are gorgeous though. The ones in the back of the house have already started blooming. In this little nook, it looks like this hosta is getting entirely too much sun, but we shall see. And that looks fantastic. Well, I thought the hosta was getting too much sun, but it looks like it has a different problem. I tugged on this and it looks like it's somehow coming out of the ground. So compost there. I'll clean it up later. Still can't believe it. They haven't bloomed yet, but here they come. This one is going to be pink. And the hosta is covering these so much, they're not even gonna, I don't know if they're gonna bloom. But this one is already blooming. The heuchera. And here's one of the blooms from the hydrangea. And here's the second part of that same hydrangea. And we have a bloom over here. It looks like it's going to be purple pinkish. Right here has a flick of purple. I don't know if you could see that. When it was in the front of the house, it was just a very light pink. Baby's pink, I guess you would say. Baby girl pink. The yarrow has grown quite a bit. Once again, this here has gotten so big, third year in the ground. Same thing with the stilbes. Everything is doing quite well. This needs to be cut back. I need to cut it back, but I'm probably going to lose blooms for next year because I kind of waited too long. So what I think I have in the front is this black-eyed Susan, but this is nowhere as tall as the one in the front. And I dug it up from here and put it in the front, so I don't know. I mean, part of the problem could be the bunnies because they eat it down and it makes it a shorter, bushier plant. Or it could be the fact that the one on the front gets so much more sun. This creeping Jenny is so beautiful. It's like it's glowing. And here go my Pinky Winky hydrangea standard that I'm trying out. And apparently my fern over here is getting too much sun. After I cut down the laurel, yeah, it's getting too much sun. My maple. Japanese maple. Hardy hibiscus. The landscaper that weed whacks and cleans up my neighbor's property also kind of takes care of this, of course. But he damaged quite a few of the sprouts over there, so I don't know that I'll get anything. And this doesn't get enough sun. I'm gonna have to move it. And these hydrangeas are looking good. No holes in the leaves yet. So I have to get to spraying before it starts, because every year, like clockwork, we have problems. And this hosta has quadrupled in size. Here, my lone red sunflower. My okras, they're getting big, coming along. Have to do some weeding. Baby's breath, Cosmo, okra, thyme, oregano. This hydrangea bush needs to be divided. It is not blooming as profusely as it used to. Like, it was loaded with blooms in previous years. Not so much this year. So this is why I think this is a coneflower. This is a coneflower, and look how tall it is. It's at least chest height on me. So I don't know if it's a sun thing or if it's I have the wrong variety up front, but I'm not sure what that is. My stuff is still covered here, and everything in here is doing well. No bunnies munching on anything, although I did see the bunny eating the Cosmo the other day. I thought that was odd. And look at all these peas I need to come and pick. And it's literally stuck. They're stuck to the daggone mesh. Oh my god, I think I might have overdone it on the peas situation. Look at the baby's breath. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. Alyssum, Johnny Jump Ups, everything is gorgeous. Beets, lettuce. Ooh, is this a good beetle? I don't know. There was a video that told us which ones were good ones and which ones were bad, but I forget already. But there are several on this plant. Hopefully they're good. The marigolds are finally taking off. This coneflower is still at the same place it was for the past several weeks. Another Cosmo. More baby's breath. Oh my gosh. My volunteer calendula. And here comes the bloom on this one. So I need to cut all these pieces off. But they said not to cut it back until you know where the new growth is coming from. So I gotta get to that. Daylilies. My volunteer poppy. My other coneflower, this one's red. It's about to bloom. And it looks like my Jerusalem peas, 2 of them germinated. And I was eating strawberries earlier from my tower. I'm gonna have to divide this plant. It looks beautiful, but I'm gonna have to divide it. And spread the love around the rest of my wall here. Going down the steps. My is going to seed, or trying anyway, but I've been using it. My coriander is trying to make seed. I did start some more. And these are my white scallop squash. These are the long noodle beans. Moon and Star is not doing much of anything, still just chilling. And my callaloo is finally taking off. My Asian green, not really doing much of anything. The bugs are eating it. And these lilies are about to open up. Ooh, here's one. My nasturtium are still kind of stagnant. They grew a little bit, but they're not doing any blooming. My sunflower is chest height, just about. The corn is thickening up and getting a little bit tall. I have some more sugar baby, and I have some volunteer stuff that I have to dig up here. And more cantaloupe. Calaloo's looking real good. More noodle beans over here. Today's my husband's birthday, and as usual, like clockwork, no matter what the weather is like, the roses are always in full bloom for his birthday. And apparently the bunnies like lupin because they keep eating the lupin. Keep finding leaves missing. I need to cut back that peony. Those roses look gorgeous. There's a frog somewhere down in the waterway. I hear him. And I don't see any blooms on this yet. This hydrangea that's been sitting here for years, that has not bloomed, is going to get replaced by a panicle hydrangea that will bloom every year. Yes, I'm going to replace that with a panicle hydrangea. Here's the other hardy hibiscus. Not that you could tell with all this weed around here, but as much as these weeds are looking crazy right now, they bloom so beautiful in the summer, and the hummingbirds love it. Absolutely love it. They just zip around here when those flowers are in bloom. I need to do some weed whacking. Oh, that one cherry is still holding on. Okay, so two. Still holding on. Oh, this bush. Oh, this rose. You know what? I don't think I've ever tried to smell it. It does have a nice smell, but it's not as strong as the one up front. Chives are pretty much dead. I don't actually like them. So we're just gonna let that go. I don't actually like them. Garlic chives maybe, but the regular chives, I don't care for it. Yeah, something is going on with all the hydrangeas this year. They all have these dots. I don't know what is happening. And this is my dump area. And the peaches are getting big. Look at them, they're growing so nicely. I did thin it out a little bit more, especially when they look small or if it was kind of clustered too close. Like this one, I could take it off, but it's by itself, so it might plump up, you know? Like, look how big that one is. I don't know if you could tell on camera, but it's a significant difference. I have completely let my tomatoes grow wild. I have not come in here not once and trimmed anything. But Sun Gold has already formed some fruit for me. I haven't buzzed or tapped my tomatoes like I usually do by this time to make sure my fruit's set. But it's just a tomato jungle and I'm gonna have to deal with it. Oh, and boy, do I have aphids. Ooh. So far, all the tomatoes out here have set flower. And this is the Berry's Crazy Cherry. So we shall see if it creates those crazy... Nope, I'm lying. I think this is the Purple Tiger. This is Berry's Crazy Cherry. I want to see if it creates those crazy truss of tomatoes that it says that it's supposed to. I really need to deal with this. Yeah, I have to prune these tomatoes. These 4 over here are determinate, so they won't be getting that prune job, but the rest of them need to get trimmed up a little bit. I knew it was gonna rain. It finally rained, and it's gonna rain again tomorrow, and so I had to remove the bins underneath these that I used to maintain the water level because the peppers were soaking up entirely too much water. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'm not gonna put it back until This is starting to run. I need to put the trellis up, but I haven't done that yet. So in here, if I can read, I think I have spaghetti squash. I have the I can't think of the name. In here I have the red curry, and I think the spaghetti squash. And over here I have the honey nut, and I think the other aggressive one, the big squash. And over here I have something else. I don't even remember. I can't find the tags. Oh, this is the white pumpkin. Yep. And I put beans in all of these plants just because, to help with the nitrogen. There are also beans all along here in this bed. And I did sow from seed some onions because I didn't do well with onions this year. And look, something's already digging up the ones that did germinate. And this does not look like a bell pepper to me. Okay, I planted bell peppers, and this is not it. We shall see. Eggplant, tomato. Ooh, I have my first bloom from my nasturtium. Yes. Lettuce, we've been eating a lot of lettuce, and I've been giving away lettuce because they're getting to the point where they're starting to bolt. Down here they're fine, but in my green stalk, oh, that's not true. There was one in here that was starting to bolt, but in my green stalk, they're definitely bolting. It's almost time to pull the garlic out. I'm waiting for another leaf. They said wait for the third one from the bottom to dry up. I'm waiting for that third one to dry up. The cabbage are slowly starting to head up. Everything under here looks great. So here is under the mesh. The red Russian is finally starting to grow. The lacinato dinosaur kale is finally starting to grow. I did come in and put down some compost around the base of the lacinato and some of my other plants in here that I wanted to be doing a little bit better. But everything's looking good. Here's my nasturtium flower. And I don't really know anything about shallots, but the shallots are in here too. This wispy material. Those are the shallots. It was kind of a last minute decision to go ahead and throw them in there. Over here, this is slicer tomato. I can't remember which one it is. Mamie Brown. I've never grown that before. The carrots are looking good. I haven't pulled any up to see if they're eating size. And apparently, within the past few days, I have something eating up the leaves of my potatoes. There are small holes all over it. This is new. Blueberries are still living, and this potato just shot up out of nowhere. It's my basket from the other side, my pots. My purposely sown cucumber and my volunteer cucumber, completely different size. This is huge, and I didn't plant it on purpose. This I planned on purpose, and it's kind of struggling. Up on the deck, believe it or not, we still have stuff that needs to be planted. I saw these onions in the store the other day, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna plant onions. So these are the columbine. And these are some other plants that started from seeds. Some are doing well, some are not. And all of these are weeds, except for this stone crop and that one lavender. This one honey nut that needs to get planted somewhere. Under here I have cannas, and they're not coming up yet. And over here, more zinnias. This the short variety. And so over here, the strawberries are doing well. So well that the birds started to attack them and get to them before me, so I had to cover it. And it's been working. I ate about 6 this afternoon. And over here, the peas are coming along as well. They were standing up straight until the rain yesterday, but that's all right. My parsley is doing beautiful. And yeah, so like here's one lettuce plant that's bolted, and so that's what I'm facing now, so I have to hurry up and eat these. I have 3 cucumber plants in here, because why didn't I separate them? I don't know. I should probably bring some lettuce in tonight, actually, because I'm out. I planted something, and it's, oh, I planted Cocozelle squash. There's one in here, whoops, one in here, and one in here, and I see one has come up in there.